Hey friends, thank you so much gratitude for you coming back to the channel for my second video. I'm super excited to create more content on this channel, in this form, on this platform. So as I said, it's going to be a really beautiful way to grow community and to share. So yeah, I hope you've been having a really beautiful week and that you're feeling very calm and content in your week. My week personally has been crazy. The last few weeks have been crazy. So much has happened in terms of opportunities coming up, and it's actually what I want to talk about today is the lessons that I've learned over the last few weeks, because it's been so huge. So my partner Britt and myself have just gotten back from living in Canada for almost 2 years, and then also being in India for just over 3 months. So we just landed back on home soil in Australia 2.5 months ago. So just starting to feel really grounded, re-establishing connections, building our finance back up. We call it the building phase. And in the last few weeks, an opportunity has actually come up to leave the country again and head to Peru. We have a beautiful couple that are good friends of ours who are running a retreat in Peru in the Sacred Valley there. And the opportunity was just too good to pass up. Such an amazing opportunity. And basically the last few months, I've been going through a lot of internal struggles and doubt and trying to make a decision, analytical brain versus my intuition, and it's just been a wild ride and yeah, a lot of learnings in it. So I thought I'd love to share those learnings today because they're really powerful and I feel like they transfer into a lot of areas of our life that could be really helpful. So yeah, basically, as I said, when the opportunity came up to Peru, I had so much resistance. Obviously, just landing back on home soil, like being really excited to build our finances back up. Honestly, just buying new clothes and having things again and a space again, because we haven't had that in a long time, like years. We've had the same clothes and everything's just like worn out. Yeah, so having the essentials and things like that we're really excited for. And so when this opportunity came to go to Peru, it's like there's no two ways around it. It's basically like draining the bank account again, letting go of all attachment again. That was really tough for me. Initially, it was just like, what? No, that's a ridiculous idea. And the more and more I sat with it, I sort of decided like, no, I don't want to go. After weeks of this internal conflict, like after saying no, my internal compass was just like, it felt so uncomfortable. I felt so much resistance within myself. I felt like two parts of myself were getting pulled apart because I know my heart and my intuition were telling me that this was the right move. My brain was exploding. It was like, what are you doing? Of course you shouldn't go to Peru. It's going to cost thousands of dollars. But yeah, after having those internal conflicts, it just wouldn't go away. So I had chosen at the start there not to sit with it because it was just like that analytical brain making that decision straight away. And the more I decided to sit with it and sit with myself and tune into what I really needed and what I really wanted as well, the louder and louder it got. So long story short, after a few weeks, I decided to book plane tickets and now we leave for Peru in 3 weeks. It's been such a powerful lesson in the terms of letting go of attachment, really trusting. It's really that a lot of messages I got through sitting with myself and meditating on it and sitting with it and speaking it as well to my partner Britt, and you know, having those conversations with her and us both communicating where we're at with it. The more I found I resisted, the more turmoil was inside me, the more I felt uncomfortable in my own skin, the more I felt uncomfortable in general, because I knew that I wanted to go, but I was shutting it out because my brain was just like, no. So the more I sat with it and the more I let go of that attachment to not just finance, but also let go of attachment to stability here, letting go of attachment to material things, obviously not being able to buy the things that we wanted to buy now that we've drained the bank account again to go to Peru. But what I wasn't looking at the start there was, when you think about money and you think about finances, finance is energy. Everything is energy. So when I stripped it back to the energetic perspective, what I didn't look at the start is that yes, we're exchanging that finance and that energy is leaving us, but I didn't think about it in the terms of what energy we would be getting back. So at the retreat, we'll be sitting with 3 different medicines. There's multiple facilitators coming in, hikes to sacred sites, so many workshops, and being in that community of a small, tight-knit community in a house in the Sacred Valley on those beautiful ancient sacred lands as well. All I was thinking about at the start was the money that I would have to give up and not the energy I would get in return for that money. So if I'm viewing money as energy and that value that it holds, the value and energy that I'm getting back from the experience that we'll gain from this experience and going to Peru, it's the same thing. It's all energy. And so once I started to look at it from that perspective, I started to feel a lot more at ease with myself. It became a lot easier to detach from that money. As I said, I'm not saying that that's easy at all, and it's still a bit of a sting and an edge as well, because we didn't have much in the first place. We came back from traveling with not much at all either. So to let go of that money was a big deal. But now that I have, and I've felt it from that energetic perspective, and I've sat with myself to really tap into what my intuition wants and what is actually right and what I'm being led to, it's allowed that inner turmoil and that inner conflict to sort of dissipate. I can be at a lot more ease and peace with my decision. I can go and enjoy that experience that we're going to go and have as well, instead of just worrying about money the whole time, or being salty and being like, oh, I was just building stability at home, or anything like that. Any of those thought forms, which would be are very easy to fall into. So I feel like the main message and the main lesson that I've received from this experience, and one that I believe is so vital in life, is to trust in your inner guidance. And it's about learning how to tune into your inner guidance as well, and tune into your intuition, and start to distinguish between your highest good and what your body and mind is trying to tell you for your highest good, and then determining what is those intrusive thoughts, those negative thought patterns or forms that have been conditioned into us through our journey of life. The more that we listen to our inner compass, and the more that we listen to our inner guidance, the stronger and louder it gets, and the more clear and concise it is to distinguish between that or those negative thought forms as well. The main thing that's helped me on my journey over the past 5 years is consistent meditation. And it doesn't mean you have to sit for 20-30 minutes at a time. That can be coming to your breath for 1 or 2 minutes a day, just giving yourself and your mind that quiet, that space, that clarity. And once we start to have that quiet and that clarity, that allows for those feelings and those thoughts for our highest good, or those messages, those downloads to come through so much clearer, because our mind has the space to do so. So big stuff. I can't actually believe I'm on a flight to Peru in 3 weeks after getting home 2.5 months ago from India. How wild. But yeah, thought that was a beautiful little lesson that I learned, and one that's been on my heart for the last couple of weeks. So I thought I'd share it with you guys. As I said before, super grateful that you're here. And if you can, like, subscribe, share, comment. Really excited to build this community. Have a great week.